welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. Little Thursday night, right? Is it Thursday night? It is hard to keep track of the days on the holiday week, but we figured we would do like one last show here before the holiday weekend. Just as, you know, some more news has trickled down. We'll go over some of that like Anthony Simons. But I'm excited today because what I thought we could do is just throw, make this a call-in show, okay? Make this a call-in show. As you can see, I've put here, it's linked here. I've put it on Twitter. I've put it in the Discord. If you want to come in, here's the plan. If you want to come in, fire off like, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes worth of takes, whatever you have, and then we'll get you in and out like it's a sports radio show. And honestly, we already have two legends that are in the green room waiting. We'll do them one at a time. And again, it'll be like 5-minute bits. But the plan tonight is to just hang out for the next couple hours, talk about some of the stuff that's going on. I'm still kind of coming to terms with the Jaylen Brown stuff. I honestly am now judging people who are telling me that it's a good trade. Like, I really, you know how people are like, I won't forgive my family for voting for Trump. I've gotten past that. But what I won't forgive is if you still are like, you know what? Pretty good trade. Pretty good trade. That's where I'm drawing the line. So we're going to talk about all the stuff that's gone on so far. Hold on. I want to make sure I didn't just miss something. Okay, no, I didn't. But yeah, let's start since we have people here already. Let's just do it. And if you're just joining, you can find the links in there to join. If you need me to reshare it, I can. We're going to start with our guy Consigliere. Let me see. Long-time man of the NBA bit streets, the Top Shot streets, all of the streets, if you will. Let me get you on here and do this the right way. What's going on, man? How are we doing?
Can you hear me?
You sound great. You look great. You sound great. How are we doing?
Thank you. I'm doing great. Got off at noon today. They let me out of the pen early, and and then I get to see all the chats of everybody saying that the JB trade isn't nuclear disaster, that it's totally fine. Nothing to see here. The rubble is not a problem.
It's out of control. It's out of control. All right. So do you have JB takes? Because I assumed when I saw your name pop up that we were going to be talking about
I only have Paul George takes.
All right.
Which I just wanted to thank you guys so much, because my 7 picks that I gave away for Paul George feel so much better right now. Like they've never felt better than they do right now. We lost a future MVP. And now so have you, thanks to Paul George. So Paul George, Big Spicy P, doing it the best that he possibly can.
I did see some crazy stuff here. Was it my guy Jeb who shared it in our Discord? I can't remember. Now I don't even remember who shared it with me. But all of the people that have been Paul George has been traded for, and it's just out of control, man.
Hey, do you remember about 15 years ago or whatever it was at this point when he was really, really good?
Yeah. Well, and like, here's the thing, man. He was awesome in the postseason, but it's like, I don't know, dude. If Paul George was traded for Domantas Sabonis, you'd be like, all right, I see the vision. But it's for Jaylen Brown, man. It's for Jaylen Brown. It's out of control.
Again, and Shea was a baby at the time. We all knew Jerry West brought him in, was like, I know what this kid's going to be, but they made a decision for somebody who was potential. Jaylen Brown just had an all NBA team season, and they said, now's the time to bring in playoff P.
And I'm seeing Courtside Magic here in the chat said, who was it that said that Paul George was their GOAT? Was that, it's not Anthony, right? But it was somebody like of that age range. But there was like a handful of guys that were like, oh yeah, Paul George is their GOAT.
It's how it works. No, I literally, the season has been hilarious. I love silly season. It's been, the Cap ears has to be so proud of himself with this Cap, because literally nobody has figured it out.
No.
James Dolan, the cheapest owner left in the NBA, somehow won a chip because he fell into Villanova guys willing to take pay cuts.
I know. I
mean, like, if you think of it that way, it's like only James Dolan could profit from this insane salary cap.
Yeah, it's true. Like, Jalen Brunson probably should get MVP consideration, not just for his play on the court, but for the way that he helped the Knicks balance the books, you know?
I mean, yes, he should actually be the GM of the year. Brad
GM of
Stevens
the
should
year.
have to. Brad Stevens should have to give it away because post the season he ruined it,
I
and
know.
then give it to Jalen Brunson, who is the reason that they actually won the chip.
Unbelievable, man. Okay, give me before we get you out of here, what do we like? What is our Clipper expectation this season? So we're not as excited about your number 5 pick.
No,
Yeah,
I really thought the Wagler pick was going to get moved because I just didn't see the Kawhi thing happening. I think you and Pablo are way too excited about aspiration. Like,
yeah.
surprisingly, billionaires don't want other billionaires to be looking in their books and seeing the times they screwed up and decided to scratch billion-dollar checks that they shouldn't have. You know,
Forgive me for rooting for accountability.
says the guy who just chipped off Jaylen Brown to just kind of take a pay cut.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's exactly
There are no heroes. There are no heroes in the billionaire game. There's only villains. And so yeah, we're out of the playoffs. The teams that keep getting better are interesting. I do love that the most confusing thing happening in LA is actually the Lakers. And like I have a great idea. Luka's white. Let's get a bunch of white guys.
It's out of control, man. It is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The season really does feel like, though, between Boston chipping off Jaylen Brown, which literally the only thing I can think of is he just did not like Boston fans. And like, honestly, at this point, like I even though the thing he said was like, oh yeah, love and respect. That's all I can see is that he just was like, it's not the franchise, because the franchise had his back throughout it. I mean, they already gave him the extension. They already did the stuff, but he must have just been unhappy and then just decided that he was going to make it a bigger deal than they were willing to tolerate. I mean,
Yeah. I'm gonna keep the line open for that. I've got a couple of takes around that, so I will. Okay. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I must say the Clippers are gonna be bad. I think Boston is gonna be bad, which is not good because Jason Tatum isn't the type of player that's shown that it feels like he's just gonna age really, really gracefully. I mean, he kind of looks like KD, but KD's starting to kind of fall off after the Sun stuff. So I don't know. And I think it's interesting because I think there's a lot of teams that are going to be really middle after all this, which is weird. It should have been like before, at least the league was like die or be really good. Now it's just going to be a lot of teams playing for not being in the play-in.
I think there's going to be a lot more parity in the Eastern Conference, and everything is going to be a little bit closer. I agree with you in that sense.
The last thing I'd say is that I think the OKC and Spurs stuff has really spooked people. I think the Spurs stuff, especially Wemby being young on that contract, all of their kids are on contracts. Like OKC is about to be done. Like they're going to have to start moving pieces to stay under the salary cap, but I think people are really spooked about the Spurs, that this might be 5-6 years of just dominance.
Yeah, it'll be curious to see how they handle their contract extensions when that gets closer. But yeah, you're right. I think there's some spook there too. All right, Consig, I'm gonna get you out of here, dude. Thank you for being
in Vegas, man.
Yeah, see you in Vegas. Broke the seal. Thanks for jumping on. We'll get you out of here. Our guy Milo. I know Milo. You were in the green room there for a little bit. If you want to jump back in. Also, for everybody else, you can see the pinned chat. I've also shared it on the Discord. If you want to come in, share some takes, go ahead and do it. Real quick on the Jaylen Brown stuff. Listen, there has been more reporting today, and it honestly sounds like Jaylen Brown, like, I don't even think it was tongue in cheek. I don't think Jaylen Brown requested a trade. And I'm sure he was bummed. Also, Milo, it doesn't have to be video. If you want to do just audio, we can just share the audio too. You can keep the camera off. But it actually sounds like the Celtics were just ready to get off. Now, maybe they were concerned about some potential stuff that was coming down, that maybe he wasn't gonna like being Robin to Batman again. But I don't think at any point he requested the trade. It seems like the Celtics just really went out of their way and they were like, we want to get off that deal. Now, there was some more rumblings today that the Celtics are still kind of flirting, circling, vulturing around the New Orleans Pelicans and Trey Murphy, and about shipping some of those picks to Trey. And if that is the case, I don't know, it softens the blow a little bit. But Jake Fisher also reported that it would take another first round pick to get off the Paul George contract, which again, just to reiterate, I know the Celtics got 2 first round picks in this deal. One of them was for the Paul George contract, and one of them was for the Jaylen Brown trade. So it really was just Jaylen Brown. It really was just Jaylen Brown. We talked about this thumbnail heat. There we go. NBA TST. Thank you. No AI either. We just did it. Milo, I wasn't calling you ugly. I was just saying, listen, man, if you're nervous about it, you can keep the camera off. Some other things that happened today. The 76ers pouring salt into the wound here. Let's go back. Let's go to this. Let's switch some screens around so we can take a look at some of the news that dropped today. But they truly were just pouring some salt into the wound. Let's look at some of the Shams tweets that went out. I actually think we should probably start here with our guy, Billy Donovan. Speaking of the San Antonio Spurs, Billy D from Chicago to San Antonio. He's going to be the lead assistant here in San Antonio. I think after that coaching performance from Mitch Johnson in the finals, they were like, I don't know, maybe we mix it up a little bit. Maybe we try something a little bit different. That is the feel. That is the feel from things right now. I think that's a pretty good get for them, though. I do think that's a pretty good get. Right? Like, I think you're getting the people that you want there, that's getting some good experience. I like Billy Donovan as a coach too. I really do think it's hard to evaluate what he did this season just based on like coaching the Bulls, you know? I feel like it's hard to evaluate talent when you don't really have talent in the room, you know, when we're extending Patrick Williams for big old deals. So anyways, Billy Donovan goes, let's do some other stuff here too. The Phoenix Suns, here we go, Coach Shark Holmes. Patty Spencer of the Spencer Bros, which I still don't think Cam Spencer has a home, does he? But Pat Spencer, lacrosse legend, is going from the Bay Area to another area that has good golf courses in Phoenix. It's got a 2-way NBA contract, so not really guaranteed up with the big boys. It's going to be bouncing back and forth from the NBA and the G League, but good little pickup there for Patty Spence. We got Tyus Jones. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I don't know why I did that. We got Tyus Jones. What the hell just happened? Going back to the Denver Nuggets here for a year. Man, Tyus Jones, there was like a 2-year window, right, where everybody was like, you know who's nasty? You know who like should be a starting point guard but is a backup point guard? Tyus Jones. And then you know what we learned? That's probably not true because he barely could get on the floor and all the teams that he played with since leaving Memphis. But Tyus Jones is going back for a 1-year deal. We do have to talk about Denver in a second. Kyle Anderson, the Andersons got tickets to the game. He's going to hashtag We the North, going up to above the borders to duck the charges just like Kawhi Leonard. It's going to be his 13th NBA season, $3.9 million. But the biggest news, I think, man, Anthony Simons, a 2-year, $12.3 million deal with the 76ers. By the way, went from making $25 million or whatever it was this past season to a 2-year, $12 million. Milo said, hey, my take was LeBron's signing will be a shocker and people in the know will profit hard on Kalshi. Well, Milo, I hope it's the Denver Nuggets. I hope it's the Denver Nuggets because that is where I placed my money. But anyways, Anthony Simons goes to Philly. I think this is a great get for the 76ers, man. The longer, and you know, I can't help it. Most of my trade analysis is coming from the Boston side of stuff with this Jaylen Brown news, but it is just so nuts that they yes, they lost Quentin Grimes. Yes, they lost the bicyclist Kelly Oubre. I don't even know if Andre Drummond is still there. And then now, wait, hold on. Gabriel said, I think JB tampered a bit to get Simons to the 76ers. Come on. I am not here for the Jaylen Brown negative spin zone. Jaylen Brown, all he did was win the Boston Celtics an NBA title, made the second team All-NBA twice, received MVP votes this year, averaged 29 points per game, and everybody's pissed off because his left isn't that good, and sometimes he goes on Twitch. Jaylen Brown is a dog. He is a dog. And never requested a trade. And people some of the reporting, by the way, some of the clearest and loudest dog whistles we have heard in quite some time. The shit that Colin Cowherd shared today. I don't know if you guys saw that. It was basically let me actually see if let me see if I can share this. Hold on one second. I don't know how to share threads all the time, but this is insane that this was even this is just out of control, that this is the dialogue that we're happening right now. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can get this from the beginning. Here we go. Let me know if you guys can hear this.
They obviously wanted
hold on.
Jaylen Brown out of the building.
Hold on. Let's start again. What the hell?
Crushed. The GM. They obviously wanted Jaylen Brown out of the building. Jaylen Brown, I had 2 NBA sources tonight, 2 people in the league, one an executive, one a scout, say that Jaylen Brown it's a disease. He suddenly thinks he's the smartest guy in every room he's in. I've worked with people in the media. It's really, you get into a really bad space. You make a lot of money. Suddenly you're absolutely sure. You don't want to listen to your bosses. You don't want to listen to consultants. You don't want to listen to teammates. Jaylen's kind of, and by the way, this was, one executive told me, this was always a little bit of Jaylen Brown's personality, kind of the smartest guy in the room, and live streaming and throwing it out there.
Okay, I'm going to stop right here. What are we doing? Miles Bridges hits women. Jackson Hayes hits women. I mean, John Morant, pew, 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 right? We got all of these different shitty situations that we've had. Nobody reports on any of that unless it's like Katie Heindel from Basketball Feelings. That's like the only person that puts pen to paper, or Jackson Frank, right? That's never report. When Miles Bridges was traded to the Phoenix Suns, nobody was like, hey, why did they get rid of their starting power forward? But because Jaylen Brown goes on Twitch and is like, hey, I don't think I get the same whistle that Joel Embiid gets, or because Jaylen Brown is getting paid $50 million instead of $28 million, like, what are we doing with this conversation, man? The reason Jaylen Brown got traded is because they don't want to extend him like, he was due for an extension this summer. They can't afford to pay him $60+ million a year and build a competitive team. That is why Jaylen Brown got traded. And I think the shock of the sticker of the trade is that everybody else also felt that way. That's what happened. And so the value kept going down, but the Celtics had already decided they were moving off of him. So that's why the trade happened. So miss me with the fact that he feels like he's the smartest person in the room, and that's why you had to get him go. God forbid. Also, maybe he is the smartest person in the room, because I tell you what, Jaylen Brown, if he was trading himself, I bet he would have got more than 1 pick. Because just a reminder, I know they got 2 first-round picks. One of them was for that dog shit Paul George contract. So miss me with this stuff. Like, oh God, I just hate it. Maddie Harrison saying any professional talking head complaining about someone else acting like they are the smartest person in the room is just chef's kiss, right? It is so funny, man. It's like, hey, can you, like, they don't want to say that they were talking about shut up and dribble. Like, oh, dude, come on, everybody should have a voice. We don't agree with shut up and dribble. We do not agree with shut up and dribble. Hey, we're going to put education reform on the back of our jerseys. You know, remember that? Remember, shout out Gordon Hayward. Remember that? And then he goes again, like, literally has not said anything crazy on Twitch. You know what Jaylen Brown said? And I was critical of this too, so I'm just as guilty. Jaylen Brown goes on Twitch and he says, you know what? I had a really good time at my job this year. That's what he said. Jaylen Brown said he was satisfied going to work. And that's such a foreign concept to all of us that we were like, something's wrong here, because we are so broken inside. We can't comprehend somebody liking their day-to-day job. He got paid millions of dollars while everyone around the country and the world said this team was going to be ass because Jason Tatum wasn't going to be there. They went out there. They won 50+ games. He made second-team All-NBA, averaged 29 points per game, and said he had a good time. And we were like, hey, what's wrong with this guy? What's wrong with us? What's wrong with us? The dude said he had a good time at work. And we're like, that's wrong. No one should. I hate my job. Why doesn't he hate his job? Oh. And honestly, because we suck so much as a group of people, if he was like, you know what I really did? I really miss Jason Tatum. We would have been like, pause. Pause. Did you hear him? He said he missed his friend. Pause. That's what we would have done. We're just broken ass people. We got our guy Adam Stuff. Oh wait, also Brian in the chat. What's up, Brian? Let's go, Brian. Thanks for being here. Eddie said, also, that reminded me, Brian Fonseca. I'm going to be on Brian Fonseca's show at 9 p.m. tonight. So once we wrap up here, come hang out with that. I'll share the link in a second. Stubbs said Eddie Johnson went off on supporting JB on XM today, almost word for word what you said. Who cares if he's the smartest one in the room? Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's so dumb. Also, just a reminder, like, can I find this link? Is that still there? Yeah. Hey, if you have a take while I'm yelling here for the next hour, if you have a take you want to get off, just click this link right here. I also shared it in the Discord, shared on Twitter, on Threads, all the places. You can come, just 5 minutes. Camera doesn't have to be on. Fire off your off-season take, whether it's Celtics, a cathartic Celtics take, whatever it is. But yeah, man, the Jaylen Brown discourse has been pretty rough. I do think like something that I got wrong, just like the value itself. I really did. I thought the 4 first rounds was a little much. I think the only reason Giannis seemed feasible or doable was because of how low his value had gotten, not necessarily because I thought Jaylen Brown was as talented as Giannis. I just thought, hey, like the Bucks seem to not be getting any good offers. Maybe they want JB and picks instead. But I did not. This is still kind of crazy. But again, man, thinking about that 76ers roster, let me pull up Spotrac here for a second. Also, let me know if anybody from Portugal scores. Do we have any Portugal scores yet? I'm very excited about the postseason here. About the World Cup. All right, hold on. I want to pull up the 76ers. Let me share this screen instead. Let's look at Philly's cap now after making some moves today. We look at the multi-table. Let's shift this around. All right, here we go. So this is what the 76ers are looking at like now. Jaylen Brown is going to be making $57 million. They've also picked up Dean Wade, the law firm, at $9 million this year. Dean Wade's going to slide right into that power forward slot, I think, which honestly, like on paper, looks bad, but I don't hate it, man. I don't hate the Dean Wade stuff. For that much money anyways. Then you have Port, who's making $3.5 million this year. And then Anthony Simons, which this feels like a steal, dude. $6 million this year, $6.2 million next year. So there's starting 5, most likely of Embiid, of Maxey, of VJ, and then Jaylen Brown. And then you pick one of Dominic Barlow, Jabari Walker, Justin Edwards, or Dean Wade. Again, I think it's Dean Wade. Then you have Simons coming off the bench with a bunch of those guys that I just listed. This is the biggest if in the history of ifs, ands, or buts. If the 76ers stay healthy, man, they are going to be a spicy-ass team. Just a spicy-ass team this year. And I like it. So kudos to Philly. It's expensive as hell, but it's fun. Consigliere said Philly's going to the finals, 3 dogs and Embiid. Yeah, you just need Embiid to play. You need Embiid to be ready to go in April, and that's never happened. So that is a big if. I understand. But, man, just a great move for them. I'm excited for the Eastern Conference this year because I do think it is wide open. And I was listening to a lot of people I like and people I don't like, tell me that the Celtics are still going to win a lot of games. And I guess my question for you is, what is a lot of games? Because after you win 56 games in a regular season like this, and yes, they lose Jaylen Brown, but they do get Tatum back. They also get Paul George out of this, right? They get old man Mike Conley. Also, can we talk about the quote today that that Celtics executives believe they're going to see Jalen Brunson type jump from Peyton Pritchard? Come on, bro. I love Peyton Pritchard, man. I do. Fast PP for days. I love Peyton Pritchard. He's so fun. A Jalen Brunson type jump? Listen, Peyton, clip this, man. Clip this. Put it in the locker room. Hang it up in your bedroom. I hope prove the haters wrong. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. That can't be the spin zone. And we know we're not going to get the press conference, right? And I know I'm going to keep going back to the Celtics, and I apologize, but I can't help it. We know that Brad is going to have a press conference in a few days, right? And he'll talk about the trade. And I think people are going to be pretty interested to see how he's going to spin this. Because how do you say it? Like, you can't be like, thank God we got off this deal, this contract. Like, you still need to show Jaylen Brown love. But how are you going to defend it as a good move based on the assets that you got back? And again, we have to wait until all of the moves have been made. And if there is, and this is actually, I did want to ask this question to the chat because I've been thinking about it today. If the Celtics do flip these first round picks, right? Also, breakdown in the chat says, how the hell does Boston trade their 2024 Toyota Supra for a 2010 Ford Ranger? Okay, if the Celtics flip 2 of these first-round picks for Trey Murphy, and so now you have Trey Murphy, Paul George, Tatum, Pritchard White, Kada, Mitchell Robinson, Mike fucking Conley, Baylor Shireman, and Ugo Gonzalez, right? If that happens, how does that change how you feel about the trade at all? Are you like a little bit more in on this? I mean, you're still like, to me, the Paul George is a negative. Like, I don't think adding Paul George, like if you're all about like, oh, we need a penny pinch, we need to save money. That's like, we're not, instead of making your own, I don't even have an analogy. Forget it. I was going to try to do some sandwich analogy, and then I started thinking of Jared Fogle, and I was like, I can't get there, but is that a little bit of a better, like, does that make it a little bit better? The Heat are versus the Spurs tomorrow at 8 p.m. Is that Utah Summer League tomorrow? First time going to Summer League, not seeing Khalil Ware. Think about that. But if Trey Murphy is added to the roster for 2 first-round picks, is it a better trade? I don't even know. I don't even know if that's a better trade. I mean, hold on. First of all, yes, it is better. It is better. But I don't think it makes it good. Anyways, let's go back to this Eastern Conference conversation that was having, because everybody has been saying, people I really like and trust and respect, that the Celtics are still going to win a lot of games. And I do think, and I saw regulators say Boston win total next year is going to be 47. You know what? Instead of doing this, does DraftKings have futures out right now? Let's see. DraftKings NBA win futures. I don't know if they already have those out. Let me see if they do. If they do, that's how we're going to look at this. I think they probably, I don't know if they have over-unders yet. No, they don't. Okay, forget it. Because I was ready to make some like future bets right now on this shit. But anyways, the Celtics won 56 games last year. The Knicks won 53 games last year. Okay. Of the teams listed, right, do you think Toronto wins more or less than 46? Because I think the Raptors... Wait, FanDuel has win ranges up? Okay. I think I'll keep looking up that. I think the Raptors win more than 46, Okay, FanDuel NBA win totals. Let's see what we got here. Win totals, bets to target. All right, that's not help. Wait, I don't think that's what I want. Is this what I want? When was this? This was posted 2 years ago. I can't believe this showed up in the Google SEO. That's crazy. That is crazy. That something from 2 years ago. Okay, NBA Finals runner-up. No, we don't want that. We get some division winners. Okay, yeah, 60-plus wins. Okay, let's look at this. Thank you, Taylor, for pointing that out. All right, let's go back. Let's go over to the FanDuel. Okay, so this is the team over 74 wins, new record. That's hilarious. Let's say 60-plus wins. They've got OKC minus 165. They have San Antonio minus 140. They have the Knicks plus 130. The Celtics plus 600. All right. Of the team like this, OKC, San Antonio, we move on, right? I don't think the Knicks are going to win 60 games. I do think the Knicks are going to win 50 games, though. Why does it go right to 70? Let's go. So 55-plus games. They have the Celtics at plus 200. God, that's such a bad bet. Raptors at 30-plus. Can't we do – let's do why is it 45-plus here? Okay. Celtics are minus 340 to win 45. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. Maybe this is a bad way to look at it. I would take the Raptors to win more than 45. Tell you that right now. Ready? Let's do Raptors more than 45. We're going to put together a sick-ass parlay for you guys, okay? A sick-ass parlay, even though that's not what I was planning on doing. A sick-ass parlay. The kids want to watch the World Cup, so you're on mobile, but they saw me on YouTube, and so now you're a cool dad. Shout out to Consigliere. Which, by the way, more people should come on the show. Okay, so Raptors to win more than, what did we say, 40? Actually, forget that. 45. Let's do 76ers to win more than 45. Let's do Spurs to win more than 50. Oh, no, wait, where are the Pacers? Where are the Pacers at? Can we do Pacers 45? What are the Indiana Pacers doing? Oh, my God, plus money on 4. Dude, look at this. Is 517. All right, hold on. 40-plus wins. What are the Utah Jazz at for 40-plus wins? You're not giving me the Utah, or is this just Eastern Conference? No, come on. Where's the Jazz? I want to see some Jazz. Because if you show me the Jazz, that's going to be the last one that we're going to throw in there. This is actually a pretty banger bet. Although I don't know if they have the Jazz. No Jazz listed. That's too bad. That's too bad. The Jazz have been good. Anyways, this is 10 to win 50. That's right there. Raptors to win 45, Sixers to win 45, Pacers to win 45. All right, I heard oh my God. This is huge. This is huge news. We got to share. We're going to adjust the settings here because I think we're about to get some Washington Wizards takes. Let's change the background here. I'm very excited for this. Actually, you know what we're going to do? Before we even, well, can I share it like that? Yeah. Before we even do this, here we go. This is how we're going to intro this segment here. I think we still have it, right? Do we still have it? Yeah, we do. Oh, yeah! Let's go. What's going on, Sawyer?
What's up, Mike?
How are we doing? I love that it took AJ DeBanza arriving in the nation's capital for you to come out of hibernation, man. How are you doing?
Oh, fantastic. It's never been better to be a Washington Wizards fan. We finally, and I want to thank you because a number of years ago, you recommended a book to me about the tanking job in Philadelphia. You sent me down a rabbit hole. I researched a whole bunch about Sam Hinkie. And what I realized was that, and I've coined it very lovingly, the Hinkie doctrine, which is purposeful losing, right? Which can be differentiated from sort of plain, non-fat, unsalted, just regular tanking. And so it's a strip down of the franchise. You sell off all the assets, you optimize the salary cap, you go young, you start to accumulate draft picks. And hopefully during this tanking process, you accumulate the number one draft pick as we did, right, and you get a generational talent. So
you did it. Yeah. You did it. Do you think it all started with reading that book?
So you recommended the book, I think circa 2022. Okay?
I think so.
The summer of 2023, I get an alert from ESPN that says Michael Winger is leaving the Clippers front office, according to sources. Okay, Michael Winger came up under the Sam Presti tree in OKC, and I believe Sam Presti modeled the OKC organization after what Sam Hinkie did. You can sort of take a look at the number of trades that they made, the aggressive accumulation of draft picks, and then their overall player development strategy. And so you had Michael Winger came over, and then he brought over Will Dawkins. That's right. Will Dawkins came actually over straight from OKC.
Yeah.
And those two in the summer of 2023, we actually just recently learned that they approached Leonsis and basically sold him on a wholesale strip down of the franchise. They never used the word tanking. They stopped just short of that, but that is what they did. To put it into perspective, in 2 weeks, in the first 2 weeks, they got rid of the Bradley Beal no trade clause contract. Right. That was the star player of Washington, and so they got rid of him, and then they just embarked on this massive tanking.
So, okay, how does the Trae Young extension fit into that? Did you still got me? You still have me? I know you just muted. I bet a call just came in. I bet you just got a notification, and then a call just came in. But I do find it interesting that you just plugged all.
Forgive me, I've lost audio.
Are you back now?
I may have to.
Yeah, you lost. If this is on purpose,
technical difficulties.
Yeah. I don't know if this is a bit or not, but the second I asked about Trae Young, technical difficulties happened, which is so funny. That's so funny. Oh, he just gave us the Washington blueprint about how the Wizards are doing well. I asked him how the Trae Young extension fits into that, and then all of a sudden, technical difficulties. That's the most Washington, D.C. energy I've ever seen. Okay, hold on. We might have him back. Do we have him back?
I'm back. Forgive me. I had technical difficulties. I think we're locked in now.
I don't. So you didn't know. You didn't realize this, but as the technical difficulties started, I asked you how you felt about the Trae Young extension, and then all of a sudden everything stopped working.
Yeah, the Trae Young extension. Listen, I'm excited to have a point guard.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was a general feeling that we overpaid, but listen, this is a guy who has a career average of 25 and 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe he's lost half a step from sort of 2 or 3 years ago, but that's the going rate for a 4-time All-Star that is a 2010 player. And when you look at pairing him with Anthony Davis, that's what John Collins was supposed to be. That's what Jalen Johnson, that's what they always wanted to. A lot of people don't know this. Washington was 5th in pick and roll offense last year, despite being the 30th best offense in a league of 30 teams. They were 5th in pick and roll. What can you imagine a better pick and roll duo than Trae Young and Anthony Davis? And then you have Alex Sarr, right?
Yeah.
It's my opinion Trae Young will lead the league in assists next year.
That's a fun bet. I do like it for Alex Sarr specifically. I think Alex Sarr is yet to have a real point guard. And I think that is going to make life a lot easier for him. And I don't know if I get blinded by some of like the fantasy stats, but I am like hopeful that Alex Sarr puts it together. What is your give me your like realistic case for the Wizards this year and where you think they land, and then give me a bull case. Like what's the highest that you think you would go with the Wizards, and where do you think they actually land this season?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So historically, I say historically, but over the past 15 years, teams that get the number 1 pick, what's their average win increase from the previous year? It's about 8.5 games.
Yeah.
That's about the average, right? So the Wizards won 17 games last year. Now, that was purposeful losing, right? They trade away CJ McCollum, who was winning them games. They trade away Middleton. And then basically they look to like Sharif Cooper starting all of April.
Yeah, dude, Will Riley played like 100,000 minutes in April. It was brutal. Oh, I like Will Riley, but it was brutal that's what they were like, let's Will Riley take us home.
Exactly. And so, conceivably, they may have been able to win closer to about 24, 25 games if they actually sort of attempted to win. Mm-hmm. So I would say, a bear case, I think we're looking at 30, 31, 32 wins.
Okay.
And I think the bull case would be anywhere from 45 to 50. I think everything hinges, hinges on Anthony Davis's ability to stay healthy. If Anthony Davis plays 60 games, this is a 45-win team.
Yeah, I don't think that's crazy. Do you think Anthony Davis gets extended?
No.
Yeah, that's my only concern. Because I'm with you, man. I think like if you're rolling out Trae Young, Alex Sarr, Anthony Davis, Keyshawn George, you have Trey Johnson. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody important. Shout out our guys, Bilal Coulibaly, Bub Carrington, AJ DeBanza. I'm forgetting DeBanza. If you run that out there, I do think the rest of the East is kind of, there's a lot of parity there. So like if they just ran good, right? If they just ran good with health, with shooting percentages, all that shit, I could see like, I don't think that's crazy to say 40 to 45. I am a little bit nervous about Anthony Davis just being like holding himself out at some point, or just, like the normal Anthony Davis experience. But I do think ultimately this is good, because even if you only win 25 games again, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you're just getting real reps here with Alex Sarr with a point guard. It's good shit.
Yeah, it was. And listen, a lot of people are, well, why would you trade for Anthony Davis? Think about it. Marvin Bagley, AJ Johnson, Chris Middleton, which was an expiring $34 million contract, and Malachi Branham, 2 firsts. One was a Warriors top 20 protected pick. The other was the OKC first round pick this year. By the way, that was the last pick in the first round.
Right.
So you have these late first round picks, AJ Johnson, Marvin Bagley. Like, why? It's a put. You're buying a put option on a player who, if he's, it's really high risk, high reward. But like, what was the alternative? The Wizards were going to be $80 million under the cap, and they would have been chasing overpaying one of these restricted free agents like Jalen Duren, like Walker Kessler, one of these bigs. And I don't think they wanted to do that. So what did they do? They just went out, they made trades to acquire. massive contracts. We only owe AD 2 years. There's a player option in the second. And like I said, we shut him down for the season. All right. Conceivably, he's healthy now. You know, like I said, it really comes down to he's never going to play a back-to-back with us. They're going to put him on minutes restriction. They're going to load manage him. And, you know, conceivably, if this guy can get to 60 games in a year, you can really see this team doing damage. Mike, how many teams out there have 2 players that can average 20 and 10?
No, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, I think the Raptors probably do. The Celtics don't anymore. The Sixers do. The Knicks, and is that it? Is that it?
But even then, Jalen Brunson doesn't average 10 assists a game.
Yeah, that's true. Cavs, I guess, could do it.
True 2010, you're up there. There's maybe a couple teams out there, and you legitimately have 2 players that can give you 25 and 10 between the points, rebounds, and assists. Then you add in, I mean, who do you think's going to win Rookie of the Year?
I honestly, I could see Caleb Wilson just putting up stupid numbers, just with Chicago. I could also see Boozer with Memphis, just because I think they're going to get more opportunities to take over. Where like Debanza, though, I think Debanza and Peterson are going to play more meaningful games, if that matters. I'm very excited for both of them. But I think it's a toss up between those 4. Like, I think Caleb Wilson's numbers could be like massive and like massively inflated on a bad Bulls team with Josh Giddey playing fast, you know?
Yeah. But I think, it's wide open. Just the case for AJ, he did lead the nation in scoring in college basketball with like no help. Richie Saunders goes down in February. He's facing double and triple teams. The guy has a really great mid-range game. And that's the one thing the Wizards really lacked, was someone that could get to the rim.
Right.
When you think about Trae, if Trae Young is able to transition to a playmaking point guard and taking less, and it does seem like he understands that role. Yeah. Then you have AJ. AJ's going to get a lot of clean looks in an offense that features Trae, that features AD.
I know. I think that's a great take. It's a great take. I'm excited. Sawyer, dude, I'm going to get you out of here, but this was great, man. It was great to have you back in the streets, bro. Also, like the bullets gear, we're good to go, man. I love it.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I'm a Washington Wizards season ticket holder. All right. So we're going to have to get you down to DC. Yes. For a game, dude, maybe a Celtics game?
Dude, I'm in. Well, those tickets are probably cheaper now than they were a couple weeks ago.
Hey, great talking with you, Mike.
Yeah, it's great to see you, man. Hell yeah, I love that. Good to see Sawyer, dude. Sawyer in the streets. We love to see it. We're going to keep it rolling. We got another guest in the hopper. We're bringing on our guy, Ocho Vaughn. Ocho, what's going on, man?
I can't hear you. Hold on.
Okay, that's all right. Let me know when you can hear me. You still can't? Still can't? All right. You mess around with the audio a little bit, and we can vamp in the meantime. You tell me when you got me. What I can do actually is here. I'll remove you. I'll remove you from the stream, and then you give me a thumbs up in the background when you think you got me. I'll give you another shot in a second. Man, Sawyer, dude, a Sawyer sighting, some AJ Debanza. I hadn't really thought about Rookie of the Year. I tell you what I did see, though, is that clip of Darren Peterson just knocking down a bucket of threes, just like a ton of threes. Got me really excited about the Utah Jazz. I am a little bit bummed about this Walker Kessler trade. You guys know I had been plugging the Utah Jazz overs, top 6 type bets here for a little bit. Was really excited about that. I think removing Walker Kessler from the equation takes a little bit of that upside away, but I was excited about it. Because Peterson does look good, man. Peterson looks really, really good. And I just think that's going to be such a fun roster. Like a Peterson, Keontae George. Like I have from when I'm doing the Celtics daily shows, a lot of people were saying, like, what if Danny Ainge traded Lowry Markkanen and Keontae George for Jaylen Brown? And I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess, but I don't know why Utah's doing that. I love Keontae. What Keontae did this past season was awesome. It was so spicy. I'm going to put it out to the chat again, too. Let me see if that link is still pinned. I think it is. All right. I think we got Ocho Vaughn again. We're going to give it a go. I think we got him. Let's see. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you this time. Yep.
Oh, let's go, man. How are we doing? What are we coming in with? What kind of take? What are we talking about?
I ain't gonna lie, you're gonna be mad at me, but It's not the end of the world for the Celtics.
Oh no! Don't sell me on this. Don't sell me on this. All right, what's it? Give it to me. Give me the case. Give me the case.
Addition by subtraction.
Oh, but okay, all right. You got to do more than that, though. You got to sell me more.
I'm gonna give you more. I'm gonna give you
All
more.
right.
Okay, we got Paul George. I know he's not Jaylen Brown, obviously, but he does a lot of things that we need.
Yeah,
He plays off the ball. Tatum plays off the ball.
sure.
What else? You're getting Trey Murphy or something close to that. I know for sure.
So you think, okay, so because I do feel like I still don't love it, but if you tell me we have Trey Murphy, I understand it a little bit more.
Definitely getting something like that. You don't trade for picks while Tatum is 28.
I'm nervous they don't get, like, if it's not Trey, I'm a little nervous. Like, I don't know what else is even out there right now. But yes, okay, I'm with you. Do you want to know what was the thing I thought about today that hasn't really been discussed yet? Is like Brad in that press. Are you a Celtics fan, by the way?
Absolutely.
Okay, hell yeah. So Brad, during the press conference, right, he said, well, I want to get more, we like, almost like change the way we play. I want easier looks, dunks, free throws, right?
Yeah.
I do think it's kind of funny that they went and traded for Paul George, who's going to exclusively shoot threes for us.
Yeah. I feel like he was a backup plan. That's what it was.
Yeah, I think you're right too. I think that they were just like, okay, they made the decision that they were going to move off of him, and it was like, this is the best we got. Let's do it. Let's get it over with and move on. When you saw it, were you surprised, or was you just kind of like, whatever, man, we got to do what we got to do?
No, it's actually crazy. Me and my friends in the group chat was talking about what happened in the playoffs, and we said Paul George is locking Jaylen Brown up.
He was, man.
And I was like, I'm not gonna lie, because Paul George is my second favorite small forward behind Tatum, and I was like, I wouldn't mind getting Paul George, but I said, along with some other things like VJ, this and that, I didn't think it's gonna be just him.
I know. That's what I mean. Like, when I first saw Paul George, I almost thought Shams was messing with us a little bit. Where, like, that was the biggest name. We'll put him on the thumbnail, but, like, some other stuff is coming. Like, I thought it was a 3-team deal or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I am with you. Like, I think Paul George, again, you need him to stay healthy and not do whatever he was doing to get himself suspended for 25 games. But, like, what he did look like in the playoffs was really nice. I think he makes a ton of sense in Mazzulla's style of play. Like, he defends really well. He still can attack, shoots the three great. I don't think he's going to take anything away from Tatum or Pritchard or White in those shots.
No.
Like, I think it makes everybody's life easier, right? But I'm with you. So do you have any, like, if it's not Trey Murphy, do you think there's any other names out there that you're like, this would make it a little bit better? Because that's what I'm nervous about, is that it's Trey Murphy or bust. And I don't know. It feels like it's getting pretty expensive for Trey.
I feel like it's somebody else out there. I probably got to go on 2K.
Yeah.
But no, I feel like we're gonna rely on whatever we got already just to develop and play. Jaylen Brown was I don't feel like the seventh best player, that was trash, but I feel like he's not a good best player, so he was taken away from others.
Yeah. I mean, I do think, like, if he really was adamant that he needed to be the best guy on his team, that although I do think it's kind of funny he goes to Philly, and, like, is he going to be the number one option in Philly?
Not at all. Not at all.
I know, right? Like, and
I
I joked about that on Threads today, and Philly fans got big mad because they were like, how dare you, dude? Like, Jaylen Brown's finals MVP. And I'm like, I know, but Maxey is kind of your guy now.
And Maxey is a ball hog. He's a ball hog.
A ball hog?
I'm watching him. I'm talking about, unless Embiid is playing, he's a ball. He's taking 20 shots like it's nothing.
I love that. All right, I want to get one more thing from you before I get you out of here. And also, dude, thank you. Anta Sawyer and Consigliere too have jumped on. I know it's weird when I'm just like, hey, you've never been on before. Click this link and come on the show. So shout out to you for doing that, man. Did you see the Peyton Pritchard, Jalen Brunson comp comment?
Oh yeah, I didn't even believe it. I seen that. I'm like, I hope, but
I mean, me too.
In order for that to happen, he'd be getting the ball as much as Jaylen Brown was.
Right. And I love Peyton Pritchard. I really do. I thought those comments were crazy.
I don't think he's starting unless he might have to. But
I think he might have to. I think it will be like, unless they get Trey Murphy, but I think it will be a Pritchard, White, Paul George, Tatum. People are trying to tell me Mitch Rob was starting over K-Dub.
Oh, no.
Hey, thank you. I don't know what people were smoking that they were thinking that Mitch Rob could play 19 to 22 minutes and that's it.
Yeah.
He's great.
We going back to at least the ECF, at least.
This year?
This year.
Oh man, I need pass whatever you're
bookmark it
right now.
Bookmark this.
All right, hell yeah, Ocho. Dude, thank you so much for jumping on, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you. You too.
All right, take care, man. All right, we're gonna keep it moving. We got definitely been on before. Normally opening some packs. I'm assuming he's gonna give us some bing bong energy. We got Storm and Pinball. Let's go, Sean. How are we doing, man? Can you hear me, Sean? Storm and Pinball. Do you think he has us muted right now, Sean? hold on. I'll get Sean off just in case he says something crazy. And doesn't know that he's live. Sean, can you hear us right now? Give me a thumbs up in the background if you can hear me, Storm and Pinball. All right, no thumbs up yet. I do, man. It was refreshing to have Ocho. Okay, he's got me now. Let's go. We got him. He's back. How we doing, man? Can you hear me? Sean, I think you're on crazy delay.
I'm doing great.
Yeah, you're good.
Yes, I'm watching you on my phone. All right.
Oh yeah, I think there might be a delay.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna switch over to my phone here. So
yeah. All right, I'll pop him off for a second until he's ready to go. I've done that so many times where you're like listening to the same thing that you are jumping on. I remember I did that for one of the first times I did Hoop Sense. I did that via StreamYard instead of in studio. I did that, and it was wild. All right, I think we got him back now. Yeah, you feel good, Sean, over there? Yeah. Let's go. Let's try it again. How are we doing now? Stormin, we back?
yeah, I'm feeling good.
All right, let's go. What's our
I'm feeling good. Everything is good.
What's our off-season take for
Everything is good. Hold on.
No, that's all right. That's
So-
all right.
My big take for the season is the fact that everyone is talking about when I watched the
You
when
still
I-
there?
I'm just trying to figure out how to make this thing happen here. Okay.
Oh wait, I can hear you
So,
fine right now. If you
When
want to just
I
keep going.
watched the replays about the season and everyone's takes on the NBA Finals, not a single person has talked about the fact that the Knicks just figured out how to beat the Spurs and beat them. Like,
Yeah.
and everyone's talking about the next season and everything else. I want people to know what it's like to be a Knicks fan and go through the time that we went through and then watch this team win. When we won, I still couldn't believe it because we were never given the opportunity to feel like we could possibly beat anyone else because we never had a super duper star. But
Yeah.
instead we won the right way. We put together a team that played as a team and figured out how to beat another team, and we did that. And
Yeah.
now everyone's talking about the next player, who's going to what, all the free agents moving from one place to another, but no one's just respecting the fact that the Knicks figured out how to win and they did it. And I think it's probably great for the NBA, the fact that a team executed a strategy perfectly and then did it 5 games in a row or 4 out of 5. And it's just a very odd situation to be a fan of the NBA, see a team win, and no one's really talked about it. No one's given them credit for the fact that they've won this series properly.
Yeah, I think some people gave them credit initially, but it lasts just for a couple days. But what I will tell you is that you probably have not had this experience because you are a Knicks fan. You have not had this experience. But speaking as someone who is a Celtics fan, the second we won the title, everybody was like, oh, well, Jaylen Brown is better than Tatum. Isn't that weird? Or you only beat the hospital's schedule to get a title. Like, no one likes to celebrate anybody actually winning anything. We just societally like to tear people down. So, like, yes, the Knicks did a really cool thing. I think this is one of the more fun, like, taking fandom out of it. One of the, like, my personal fandom, such a fun team to follow along because I think even though they were favored in most of the Eastern Conference series, I don't think anybody saw them just belt to ass doing this from start to finish, and they really did. It was such an impressive run. They're super fun to root for. They don't really have a true superstar, although Brunson is a superstar. But for them to do it, like you said, they just like mathematically, strategically figured out how to beat this Spurs team that everybody, myself included, was predicting them to win probably 5 or 6 games. It was really an impressive run. But you're right, man. You only get to talk about it for 3 days, and then we're on to the next. And I know you're on a little bit of a delay, so I will wait.
Exactly.
I'll wait for you to catch up. Yeah.
And yeah, there's something. Yeah, if you look at the way that it went down, every game went the exact same way. It was so bizarre that the Spurs couldn't figure out how to course correct. Like they would get on these big leads, and then the Knicks would kind of just shrug it off and just come back and systematically break them down. And the Spurs never figured out a plan B of what to do when the Knicks are coming back. They didn't have any other. They just kept doing the same thing every time, and the Knicks kept doing the same thing every time. I've never seen a team lose 4 games the exact same way. I've never seen that before. Like, usually a series will change, teams will change, what they're doing, and they'll figure out, what we do. They did the same thing every time. We won basically the same way all 4 games. And I've never seen anything like that before.
No, it was out of control. I fell for it every single time. Like every single game, I was like, oh, the Spurs finally figured it out. They finally figured it out. And then you would turn and see the same thing happen over and over again. I couldn't believe it. And it was so fun, man. It was really fun. Sean, I'm going to get you out of here just because I know it's a little tricky going back and forth with the audio stuff, dude. But thank you so much for coming on. And you're right. We should, you know what? I'm going on Brian Fonseca's show here in a little bit. After this ends, I'm going on his show, and I will make sure, and he's a Knicks fan, I will make sure to then invite someone from the Knicks community to come on for an NBA bit this offseason just to celebrate the Knicks. Because you're right. They should get a little bit more love. They should. And I know there's just a bit of a delay. All right.
Yeah, no, I'm really sorry about that. It's kind of crazy. I'm trying to figure out on my end what to do, but it's kind of distracting once it does stop to then start to kind of monologue. But thank you very much. Thank you for giving the Knicks a voice, because I feel like no one talked about the Knicks actually winning, putting together ethical basketball for 5 wins. Super exciting, by the way. That's another thing no one's talking about. The last finals was unbelievably boring. And I figured that was really bad for the sport, where you have the Thunder just no suspense at all, beating the Pacers. With this, I still didn't think they were going to win when they had won 3 games. Like when they're up 3-1, I still thought there was a path for the Spurs to put it together and win it. And this Knicks, every single game was extremely exciting, and it felt good to watch it. I mean, I still am in disbelief. Like, I was born, and like the next week is when the Knicks won the last championship. I was afraid that my life was going to end because I was just meant to not be alive when the Knicks had won a championship. So luckily I'm still around. But it'll be really interesting to see how things play out. I think actually the Knicks get better with every free agent moving, because I think all these movements hurt the chemistry of almost every team that makes one of these moves. And I definitely will miss Mitchell Robinson. But other than that, I think they're doing a very good job of keeping this team intact. But thank you for giving a voice to the Knicks fans, and just trying to let people know what it's like to be a Knicks fan. Because even when they won, I still can't believe that it's happened. And that's in a good way, but also just the fact that we've always felt that we weren't good enough as a franchise.
I know. I'm gonna get you off now just because I know you can't. Well, that pause, but I know you can't really hear me. So, dude, thank you so much for jumping on, man. Shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to the Knicks for their legendary run there. The Bing Bong Boys. I will push back a little bit, only to say the Oklahoma City Thunder and Indiana Pacers went to 7 games. So, I mean, that was still a pretty dope finals. A little bit of a letdown because Halliburton's Achilles blew up, and then he got like the mumps or the measles or whatever it was. But yeah, the Knicks were incredible. I see Stubbs in the chat said been around for a while, and it's up there as one of my favorite shows. Stubbs, dude, the link is live, man. The link is live. If anybody else wants to jump up, I shared that link a little bit earlier. Go ahead. You can just jump on. You can keep the camera off if you're being a little camera shy. Go ahead, click it. It's pinned in the chat. I also shared it in the Discord. We're gonna hang out here for another 30 to 45 minutes, I think. So jump in there. That does bring us to the point. He was talking about some of the Knicks off-season moves, right? So the Bing Bong Boys bring back Jose Alvarado. Alvarado comes back. Landry Shamet faces back. They lose Maga Mitch and they lose Huck Porty, but everybody else is intact. And I do think there is an interesting take there, talking about some of the as I'm going to share screen with ESPN, you're going to see I have the Dream Mystics up, but I do think there is something to be said about the continuity of some of these teams in the Eastern Conference. And even though some teams have made some pretty sexual moves, like the 76ers picking up Jaylen Brown and Anthony Simons, Celtics swapping JB for PG, and then maybe Trey Murphy, you have the Cavs the Cavs are somewhat coming back here. I don't know if it's going to look different than like James Harden. Sounds like he's going to get extended. LeBron James seems like the rumors are Cleveland, Golden State, Denver has entered the chat. Maybe Miami, who has gotten Bam Adebayo and Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Raptors pick up Kawhi. So like, how much of the continuity is going to be an issue? So I think that was a pretty good take we haven't seen thrown out there. Let's keep the takes flying though. Let's keep the takes flying because the $100,000 man, Matty Harrison's here. Matty, what's going on, man?
Yeah, it's all the same.
It is all the same. You're right. I think you might be on a delay too. Maybe it's my stuff that's
I think
delayed.
I'm good now.
Okay, you're back.
Right?
You're back. So,
okay, good.
Matty, how are we feeling here heading into Detroit land? With the Jalen Duren stuff, just who knows?
Yeah. Well, let me just go ahead and just set up a quick scenario here.
Okay.
So imagine that the Pistons have a young center, athletic freak, big rebounder.
Yeah.
Limited offensively, not a great rim protector. Doesn't sign his rookie extension, but waits until he hits restricted free agency.
Okay.
That man is Andre Drummond.
Oh, no. Okay.
And they signed Andre Drummond to his max 25% of the cap salary. Years of mediocrity to follow. So that's my hot take, is that if you sign Jalen Duren for that much, you're locking yourself into somebody who is going to be a fine player, but you can't pay that much to somebody who's not going to be a top 10 guy in the league.
That's so funny, especially because Andre Drummond was just in the news for saying he's done taking pay cuts. I love this take that you actually can't extend Jalen Duren because Jalen Duren is Andre Drummond.
Yep. I mean, the parallels are there. It's tough to say. It's tough to see, but you can get center play cheap,
Yeah, I mean, listen, there is a selfish part of me who, one, is not a Pistons fan, but two, is a gambling fan. And to just unleash B-Ball Paul, you've cleared the path. Isaiah Stewart, who got buried by Paul Reed. Honestly, Duren, who got buried by Paul Reed in the postseason. And I don't think Paul Reed is a reasonable starting center for a good basketball team. But I do like the idea of him playing 22 minutes a night. I like that. I could get behind. But do you think with all of this, especially with the Lakers paying up for Walker Kessler and the way they did, it's basically down to the Kings, it sounds like. I haven't heard anybody else to be rumored. What do you think the likelihood is? If you had to give me percentages of Jalen Duren on the Pistons or on another team this year, what do you think?
I think he's going to end up staying with the Pistons. Yeah. It might not be for the full 5 years. He might say, hey, give me a shorter contract, give me some options at the end or something like that, if you're only going to pay me 20% of the cap or whatever. I think eventually they're going to play hardball with him, and it's it's going to be tough, and there'll probably be a lot of hard feelings. And you see what happens when you get hard feelings with a team that, as you well know, you ship them out for Paul George.
I do think you're right, though. I think he ends up there, but I do think there is like if the hurt feelings is him taking a deal that is like closer to 175 million instead of 200, because what he was probably looking for like 220, right?
Yeah, I think that's about like the most anybody else can offer. I think is right around there. That's the most you can get restricted from another team.
So if they're able to play hardball and like save, because it reminds me of Tim Bontemps, who would always talk about the Houston Rockets haggling contracts instead of just like giving the extension and like haggling down. And then that ultimately gives you more flexibility. And I know you just brought in John Collins. Tobias Harris is now a San Antonio Spur, which like I can't believe. And I do think that was like I know everybody laughs about like, can you believe Tobias Harris has made like $330 million in his career and like whatever. I thought he was pretty important for that Pistons team. I thought he showed up in the postseason.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if they like John Collins is not necessarily a Tobias replacement. I don't think. I don't know. How are you feeling about the roster in general after this season?
The Tobias Harris thing, they did something similar, back right before they won their championship, right? They going to work Pistons won. They brought in Cliff Robinson a couple years before they won. And he was a professional. He knew how to play in the NBA. He kind of taught the guys how to play, and then he was gone the year before they won the championship. Mm-hmm. So maybe we have another parallel here. Maybe, with him leaving, I don't see how John Collins fits into that necessarily, but we'll see what happens.
I think my favorite thing so far about introducing this segment where random people can come on is that everybody has come on with the most amount of hopium for their team. Sean is mad we're not talking about the Knicks more after winning a title. Sawyer thinks the Wizards are going to win 45 games. Ocho's like, what if Paul George is good? And Maddie is calling Duran Drummond and drawing parallels to the last chip.
Hey, you got to find it where you can,
I think while we have you here, before we pivot to some news that just dropped and I get you out of here, I have a strong sense that the double dribble contest on Underdog is going to drop probably in the next week or so. And you are the reigning champion of that. Do you have any steaming hot best ball takes? And we don't even know what ADP looks like. We don't know anything yet. But is there anything in the back of your mind that you're like, oh, this is what I'm bringing in this season?
Well, I would say try to get Jokic.
Pretty
hope
good.
That Luka Doncic, injures himself and gets suspended because of technicals at the end of the season. Hope that Wemby will end up sitting a game for no reason during the finals.
That's right.
It's basically getting that one guy that's going to take you all the way through. And Luka had that great run at the end that got a bunch of people into the finals. But then he injured himself, and then all those half the teams that made it through because of him were ended. But
God, go. I was going to say, I love that your advice was to sun run.
Yeah, exactly. And then the one play out. This isn't related to the double dribble, but the one player who I really upset just signed was Anthony Simons.
Yeah,
I would have loved him on the Pistons. He would have been the perfect guy off the bench, somebody that can create a shot, somebody that can knock down a three. He signed for hardly anything.
Well, I think seeing that 2-year, $12 million deal was pretty tough because I don't know how you felt, but I thought we were probably seeing like a 2-year, 19 to 22 million. Like that's what I thought it was going to be. To see that it's basically 5.5 and 6.5 or whatever it is over the next 2 seasons is kind of nuts. I agree. That would have been exactly what you needed instead of being like Kevin Huerter.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
All right.
It's not Trae Young, though. So.
It is not Trae Young. Shout out Sawyer. Maddie, let's get you on out of here. Thank you for jumping on, dude. Congrats.
Right,
congrats again. Go Pistons. Well, let's play this drop on your way out. And then we've got another guest, which is perfectly timed with our breaking news. But all right. Thank you for jumping on, man.
Thank you.
Detroit basketball. Detroit basketball.
right, we're going to bring on our next guest, which is right off the news of restricted free agent Tari Eason agreeing to a 5-year, $81.5 million deal to the Houston Rockets. The deal is fully guaranteed. You want to know what else is fully guaranteed? Oh, man, do we still have this? Do we still have this drop? Oh, no, I don't know if we have it. This is such a bad job. I should have done a better job. Fuck. I don't think we have it anymore. Oh, brutal. Anyways, DJ Local's here. DJ Local, what's going on, man? How we doing?
Doing good, doing good. Hear me nice and well?
Yeah, you sound great, and guess what? I found it.
DJ Local. Another one.
Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. DJ Local, how are we feeling about Tari Eason?
Under 20 million? But a year, that's solid. No one's gonna come and mess up our plan for years to come. Throw 25 million at him. I mean, because I think they offered him what in that range.
Yeah,
maybe 22 last year, and he couldn't sign. So like, I mean, he was hurt. What a little bit of the year in and out. So like maybe he didn't hit his ceiling. So they it's a good number. I mean it doesn't kill you. I mean you're not going to go out and find that production for that money anywhere else. Especially somebody that's only going to develop and get better.
I'm trying to do this off the top of my head, but what's that, like $17 million a year? Is that what you ended up getting for 5 years? And I mean, I guess he's happy. It's fully guaranteed for somebody that's dealt with like injury stuff, right? He played 60 games this season. The year before is 57. Year before that, 22, and then 82 his rookie year. And that's so funny because I feel like we talk about him like he's had a ton of injury stuff. I mean, 60 out of 82 is not the craziest thing, and neither is 50.
Well, it was. He whenever he came back or whatever, he wasn't shooting like he was though before.
True, that's true, right? He was shooting like 50% from three before he got hurt. Yeah.
Was he just hot, or did the injury contribute to him not coming back like that? That's kind of what we don't know.
That is true. You know what's so funny? So he's a career 35% 3-point. Oh no, yeah, 35% 3-point shooter, and he ended up finishing at 36% this year. So maybe that is what he is, and he just had a hot streak in him. But...
I mean, it was more than a month though.
Yeah, it was a long time, right? I mean, it was all the way up until that the stint on the IR.
So yeah, I guess that's just. I don't know. Maybe he can figure out what he was doing different. Go back, check the video, see if he was doing something. Have them break it down and maybe recapture it. I mean, at least we know it's there.
Absolutely, and I mean, honestly, it probably played out in the best way possible, right? Because it allows you to keep him for cheaper. And I was somebody was hoping that the Houston Rockets were going to get involved in the Jaylen Brown trade talks, and that Tari Eason would be thrown in there with another asset. Like that's what I was rooting for so hard. And so I think that, this is a great deal for you guys, I think.
Right. Yeah. So, that, and then, because there was talk of like, I don't know, what was it when the original was it the Lakers were going to run it up or whatever, but then they were out of it. And then I can't remember who else was like potential sneaky, like somewhat interested, but like, cool. Awesome. We don't have to match something stupid. And, because I think the restricted free agent system is a little goofy. How you can just kind of stick it to the we can punish this team by giving this guy a bunch of money, and then if they don't want to lose him for nothing, they got to match it, and then it's kind of weird in a way, but I mean it's kind of the system we live in.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like fully understand it and the purpose of it. I guess it's supposed to benefit the team, but I do like how are you feeling about the roster moving forward? So we've added Fred VanVleet is back. Who is the guard? You guys, Marcus Smart. We added Marcus Smart as well.
And
Bogdan, right? So two aging guards that I do really like, but just getting up there a little bit.
I mean Bogdan, you're not going to need to. You don't need him to play every night, right? Hey, we need some threes. Go out there, give us boom. Okay, you got your shots on tonight. Stay in the game. Hey, your shot's not off tonight. Well, okay, we'll
see you later.
We'll see you later. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's kind of how that is. I mean, especially now with his not as much rest as the Rockets take, because I mean they really didn't take too much, but
Right.
you don't want to have to rely on KD for 30 points every night. That wasn't the plan. The plan was to have him come in and give you 30 when you need it. But I mean,
right. You want him giving you 30 in June, not in February.
Right, exactly. The thing is, though, seems like Fred's injuries worse than we're letting on.
Oh, interesting. Really, I haven't seen any reporting around the injury. What are we hearing?
Well, so it wasn't. It was like the whole knee. Apparently, was just destroyed. Like, so we're. I mean, think about it. There was talk, or whatever, him coming back maybe for the playoffs. Remember, there was just that little bit of hope.
Right.
And I don't know if that was just completely made up, because they sound like he's still not ready yet.
I wonder if he just got inspired what Tatum was doing, and he was like, "All right, let me see if I can get back."
Well, I mean, you would know within 2 months of,
right.
And so maybe it just one of those things that it got sprinkled into the ether and never got sucked back out.
Yeah, wow. We're getting updates in real time too. That Croatia's lighting up Portugal right now. So it seems like the Ronaldo run has come to an end. DJ Local, before I get you out of here, because I got Bodivine in the chat who's going to yell about Norway and probably not the NBA. Any MLB takes you have to get off here before we get you out of here?
About a month ago, I was huge Astros fan. I was grabbing the Astros down on the prediction markets down at like under 10%, and I just kept. I mean, my average is up to 15 cents now, but I'm
grinding.
I mean, they were, for what the records were versus what Seattle and Texas everybody's playing. The price was a steal.
And right now they're two games back, which also the A's only 3 games back too. That is
right.
I did not realize the A's were that close too.
But we're I mean, besides Pena, we're about to get all this pitching back.
Yeah.
Like, you're talking, if any of them take off. I mean, we've been so hurt. Like this is not the baseball we play. Like people don't realize how hurt we've been. And we won. What was it? I can't remember. Was it 4 series in a row?
Yeah.
We lost to Minnesota. So I mean we're right there. All it's going to take is just a little bit of a run, and I mean I don't. Strength of schedule is the only thing I need to check. I think we're on the. I want to say on the easier side.
All right.
But so that's where I'm at.
I love it. I bought some Connor Griffin Rookie of the Year predictions. I bought some of those in the National League. Sprinkled. All right, DJ.
I did McGonagall.
McGonagall is the leader in the clubhouse right now. Saw Connor coming on strong and was like,
Alvarez for MVP. That was another one too. Back when a month ago when he's looking good. Yeah,
he's a beast. All right, we're gonna get you out of here. We'll get Bodivine on here next. DJ Local, thank you so much, dude. It's great to have you here, man. Go Rockets. Good. Go Rockets. All right, we got Bodivine. Let's go. Give us some Norway takes. He said it in the chat. He was like, in the private chat, he was like, I'm going to talk Norway. I'm not even going to talk NBA. So give us, what time is it in the Netherlands right now?
It's like 2 a.m.
I love it. Let's go. What do we got for us?
World Cup, Portugal.
Are you going to stay up for Switzerland, Algeria?
No.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I have to work tomorrow. So I thought the Netherlands was kicked out once again due to our terrible coach.
It was tough.
So we started thinking about this knockout stage, and I figured out that Norway is gonna make the semifinals.
The semifinals. All right, I gotta put
versus Argentina.
Oh wow. Okay, so I think I need to look at the bracket because who are they? They got through against, was it the Ivory Coast? Is that who they beat this? Yeah, they beat the Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
So you think they're taking on Brazil and then they'll get the winner?
England and Brazil are going out because Norway is a problem. Like Erling Braut Haaland is a terrible fear for opponents. He's not just a player. He's like Kawhi.
He's a big boy.
He makes
he's a big boy.
better. And that's the vibe we're on right now. So
well, do you think Odegaard can show up when it matters the most? Because I feel like they'll need.
he annoys me a lot.
Yeah.
He's yelling at the ref. He's looking tough, fake tough, and but he's still a talented player. And they've got this right winger,
Solith.
Yeah.
Look at how locked in I am, Bada. I fucking knew it was Solith. I was like, we're either talking Nusa or Solith, and I'm ready, baby.
Yeah, Nusa. Yeah, and Nusa is my guy. He will give it to Haaland, and he will score 2 goals. And this will happen until the semis. And after that, I can't tell you what happens. Messi will do his thing, whatever the fuck. But my hot take is England and Brazil are going out. Just like the Netherlands.
Well, I think Mexico is a fun bet because they've been defending their ass off, and I don't think England has looked great against any sort of solid defense.
No.
I mean, Ghana shut them down. Like they dominated possession against Ghana, but they weren't really creating opportunities. I mean, they only had like 3 or 4 actual chances. And yeah, I'm with you on that. I like the Mexico take.
Yeah, I recouped my Netherlands and Germany losses with a Mexico bet.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, let me ask you this, because if we're going to talk about the World Cup, can USA get, because Belgium has looked like absolute shite.
Yes.
They've looked like shite. But are we nervous about our striker with the red card? Can they get past De Bruyne and De Bruyne, whatever, and Doku? And Lukaku, the big bald head of Lukaku.
Yeah. Belgium is looking really bad. I love to cheer for Belgium. There are brothers from the south. They speak the same language, but they are looking really bad this year. And I gave up on them first in that match versus Senegal.
Well, they subbed out De Bruyne and Doku in the 60th minute. I thought the manager gave up on him too.
And they did the Houdini act. And now they're facing the US, and I think they're going out.
Yeah. You think US is going up?
Yep.
Oh, man.
On to the next round.
And so if I go back to the bracket, I know no one else can see this because Taylor keeps lying to me in the chat. He told me Ronaldo scored, so I was like double checking. So then, if they get through Belgium, then it's the winner of Spain, Croatia, Portugal. So that might be it. That might be it after Belgium, right?
That might be it.
Because Spain looked like they were. Dude, Spain made Austria look so. I mean, Austria had a couple of chances today, but Spain looked so good.
Yeah. It gave me 2010 flashbacks.
Yeah, dude, Yamal is like. It seems like he's not trying, like that. He's just fucking around.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
He's saving the best for last.
All right, before we get you out of here, man, I feel like you have to, if you're on this stream right now, after you have acquired former NBA Finals MVP to bring him back home, I feel like you have to talk a little Toronto, man. What are the vibes like now after getting Kawhi back?
The vibes are immaculate.
Yeah?
It's amazing. The only Toronto Raptors game I watched in real life was the East Finals Game 6 versus Giannis, and we're gonna do it again, and we're gonna quadruple bounce Embiid out of the playoffs again.
I love it.
Those are the vibes.
I love it.
It's immaculate, and even if we gave up a lot of picks and Kawhi is old, I don't care. He might play 40 games. He's the best two-way player, one of the best we've ever seen.
I mean, I don't even think you need him to. You don't need him to play 75 games to be ready for the. Like, I feel like if he plays 65 games, 60 games, you're still a top 5 seed in the East, and just have him be healthy in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, we're absolutely fine. We're gonna clamp up on these teams.
Colin Murray Boyles, man,
and it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, I am excited. I'm jealous of the We the North fans. Vibes are good. Vibes are good for Toronto. All right, let's get you on out of here. So vibes are good in Toronto. We're betting on Norway and we're betting on the Americans.
Hell
right?
Yeah. We the North all around.
All right, hell yeah. Bada thanks for
NBA, everything.
Thanks for jumping on, man. The last time I saw you, it was in person in Netherlands, and that was a lot of fun. So I hope that happens again soon, man.
I hope to
Amsterdam's
come to
the best
soon too as well.
Need you back at Summer League, man.
Absolutely. Maybe next year.
Yeah. All right. Take it easy, Bottomine. Thanks for jumping on. Give it up for Bottomine. Give it up for the Netherlands and apparently Norway. All right. And last call. I'll do last call if anybody else wants to jump on. Otherwise, we're gonna shut it down here in a second. Apparently, Jaylen Brown is live on Twitch. That's kind of fun. I feel like I need to catch up on that in a little bit. I'm going to share the link into the chat right now. I'm jumping on New York legend Brian Fonseca's YouTube show here at 9 p.m. Eastern. And I do think it's going to be me mostly crying. Oh, we got a penalty for Portugal? A penalty for Portugal. Actually, you know what the last thing I will do here as I take this off? I'm going to show you what we got going on in So Rare because we have one lineup left for $1,000 on So Rare. We're going for 1K. We have one lineup left, which is brutal because Spain really let us down today. You're going to see that I canceled most of my lineups here, but I'm going to show you what we're building with. I can join if you want to chat Nuggets. Oh, yeah, Taylor. Yeah, jump on, dude. Jump on, Taylor. While I build this, jump on. Just click that link at the. It should be pinned. We'll talk some Nuggets, and then we'll get out of here after that. But yeah, I'm going to be, it looks like I'm just going to be hammering in the heavy hitters here. I think we're going to do the Argentina goalie, Mr. Martinez, because that's got the best chance of a clean sheet. Now, the option here is you go Romero, Christian Romero of Argentina, but I actually think I'm going to go Hakimi here. I think we're going to throw Hakimi. And then for midfielder, my midfield is shit. I could have played Modric. I actually think I'm going to do this right here. Play Jaime Rodriguez. We're going to throw him in there. And then I honestly think I'm going to do Messi and either Mbappe or Elise, I think is how I'm going to finish that. All right, we got Taylor, but that's what I'm going to do. Let's get Taylor up in here. If you guys have World Cup takes too, you can yell at me in there. Let's switch this up again. Whoops, wrong thing. There we go. Taylor, let's go. Give us some Denver takes, Taylor. How we doing?
Good. How we doing? I'm currently watching this Ronaldo penalty, so I'm a little distracted. But
here you might be on delay. It's her. She's telling me he scores.
Great.
There you go. You good sport.
Just watched it live. Yep.
Ronaldo. That's a man. I bet 0-0. I bet no teams to score in this one because I thought that was fun. Okay. How are we feeling about Denver? I saw Jamal Murray was in Serbia today. That's good. That's good for the vibes.
Doing everything he can to stay on the team.
Can you imagine like if Kroenke's probably like scrolling and he's like, "Are you kidding me, dude?" How are we feeling? Where are we thinking the Denver Nuggets are at right now?
I think people are mostly overreacting. Like, honestly, if we did run it back, I don't think it would be the end of the world. Like if you kind of fix around the edges. But it's all relying on AG's health. I mean, that's 100%. Been the case 2 years in a row. And how much do you trust his hamstrings at this point?
Yeah.
So I don't have an issue with Jamal. Like people always say, like his defense isn't going to be sufficient in the playoffs. That's not really an issue to me. It's can you trust AG to play 4 straight series?
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I don't know if you beat San Antonio or you beat an OKC. I don't know, but I do think with a healthy AG and a healthy Watson, I do think you need to bring Watson back.
Yeah.
Which I don't think
he played last year because of the contract situation. Like I think it would have been close.
Oh, interesting. I hadn't seen any of that, but I also haven't been like diving into Denver Reddit. Is that like they think that he was close to coming back and that if he had a guaranteed money, maybe he would have. And that's not even shade on Peyton Watson. I mean, like why risk?
Yeah, I mean, it's mostly me. I don't know that I've necessarily heard that either.
Okay.
I think it was close that he was coming back. Like there was inklings that he could come back if we made it to the next round.
Yeah.
And so I think if he would have had a guaranteed contract, I don't know if that would have been as much of an issue.
That's a great point. Man, great point. I hadn't even thought about that. Do you think they I think with the Lakers blowing their load on a bunch of white dudes, it sounds like they probably are not in the Peyton Watson sweepstakes anymore. Do you think they're able to find the money and move probably Cam Johnson to get him back?
Would they do like a sign and trade with the Lakers potentially for LeBron? Is that a real possibility?
I'm telling you right now, I would have said yes to that a month ago. I legit think LeBron would rather make sure that Peyton Watson is there.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think he's doing like Carmelo Nuggets to Knicks. Like I think LeBron is like, okay, that's why I do think Philly is legit a contender, because he's looking around and he's like, oh, the only thing they're missing is me, like my position. And I think that's true for Denver too. Like if
he takes a vet minimum, yeah.
Exactly. And I really do think that's on the table now. And it was so funny because I swear to God, I did that on the NBA bit where I like yelled for 10 minutes being like, this dude is going to be making money forever. And
Right.
like, I know I'm a poor person, but like, I think he's going to be fine. He's not going to open up a chain restaurant. Like he's going to still have passive income.
If he's doing a documentary, he's going to make up his money on that alone.
Right. And so like, wouldn't you rather, and I don't mean ring chase, but like put yourself in the best situation to just enjoy yourself playing basketball. And so I do think the Sixers, the Nuggets, I do think the Warriors are still in play. Cleveland.
That one doesn't make sense to me, but
how come? Just because
I don't think they're a true threat to actually be a contender.
I don't think they're a threat to be a contender, but I could see him being like, let me not have to figure out the newest TikTok trend. I can just hang out with dudes my age.
Drink his wine and golf with Steph.
Yeah, exactly. That probably sounds nice to him.
Yeah.
I did, but I think I said this on stream. I put some cash down on
I have as well.
Yeah. It was like 7 cents. It was 7 cents.
I did DraftKings. I did the
plus
1,200 or whatever it was.
Yeah. And I bet I haven't looked at the odds, but I bet it shifted a little bit. It had to have. Like I really do think it's between Denver. I think Cleveland is legit. And I really do think that Philly spot, I don't know if he'd want to play in Philly, but that makes a ton of sense. Like
I think with the documentary, it's probably Cleveland. Yeah. But I think literally just putting the two basketball minds of LeBron and Jokic together it'd be
so fun, man.
Unbelievable.
It would be so fun. I would love that. I would.
Yeah.
All right, dope. You think Cam Johnson's on a different team?
I think they either run it back or he's the one that's gone.
Yeah.
I really like Cam Johnson, though. I think he's a really good fit to the team. I think he really struggled to kind of find his role, and then at the end of the season, he did.
Yeah.
And so, like, I prefer us to keep him. But I think if there was one person to go, it's him.
That's what I think too. I think they're fine. I kind of want them to run it back unless it's LeBron. I think LeBron is kind of fun. And I really was open to Jaylen Brown for Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon. You need Aaron Gordon. Like I know you don't know if he's going to be healthy, but like for you guys, you need Aaron Gordon to win a title. Like you don't
correct.
Aaron Gordon,
yeah, but it's his hamstrings. That's what you're relying on.
Right. All right, dude. Let's call it there. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I'll get you out of here. Appreciate everybody jumping on and doing the show today. We're gonna mix this up a couple of times in the off season. So the plan here, we'll do another show before probably Tuesday before we head to Summer League. But I think like once a week, as we'll do the NBA bit twice a week, but once a week we'll do like an hour or so of this. I think we'll mix it up a little bit, but appreciate you guys hanging. Enjoy the rest of the night. I shared a link for the show that I'm doing next with Brian Fonseca. Go check that out. The dog just came by and said hi. We'll see you guys Tuesday and then go Portugal, go Croatia. I don't know. Go everybody.